Hello golfers, Brian Pate here coming to you from Phoenix, Arizona. Want to talk about ball speed. A lot of people get wrapped up in how fast they're swinging the club. The most important thing is how fast is that ball actually traveling off the face. So in a previous YouTube video, we talked about spin loft and how the angle of attack and the loft presented at impact can create a bigger gap or a narrower gap. That's going to change my spin rates. Remember, the smaller the gap, the tighter it is, the less spin it's going to be. We're looking for that on a driver. A little bit wider spin loft, that's what we're going to look for on our short game wedges to create more spin around the greens. So if I put these alignment rods behind me, this is going to work both for our woods and our irons. I'll put our iron down and we'll start with the wood here. So if we're looking for ball speed, I'm going to grab these two alignment rods and go through scenario number one. If we get our golf club too far out and we're hitting downwards on it, there's an attack angle that's down into the ground and going leftwards. From there, a lot of people try to add loft and that face starts passing the hands early. So we're trying to add more loft here and that sends it up into the air. Here you can see how big of difference these guys are making. That's going to be a spin loft that's going to be too high. That's going to glance across the golf ball. We might swing it 90 miles an hour, but that ball speed is going to be down and the curve is going to be higher. So what we want to start doing is on the driver and on the iron, getting our swing direction not so across the ball out to in. It could also be the same too much in to out. If we get our swing a little bit straighter at the bottom, now our swing direction isn't going to be so severe left or right. It's going to be a lot straighter. And as our club face gets lined up as well, to launch a little bit straighter, not so far left or right. Now in 3D from down the line view, there's two areas. This club can go down and left, and the face could be anywhere up here. So in 3D, it's not just on top of each other. These vectors, my attack angle and loft, could go on an angle as well. So you can see that from down the line view. Here would be too much of a draw pattern. Club going too far right, face too far left. Here's a cut pattern. Club going too far left, face is too far right. We want both our loft and our attack to be a little tighter, and we don't want our swing direction too far right and too far left. So that the smaller window, it's going to give us less spin. It's also going to give us a higher impact for that greater ball speed. So there's a lot of good videos below on how to get our club from not traveling down, traveling more level or up, how to get our swing directions from too far left or too far right. But I just want to give you this analogy to show you how ball speed's affected if our club's traveling too far one way or the other and our club face is pointing a different direction. So if we're giving our golf ball glancing blows, that's like me taking my hand, my right hand into my left hand and cutting across it. You can hear there's really not much impact in that sound. But if I took my hand a little bit more straight back, came from the inside a different direction and collided, there's a little bit more power into this left hand, and that's going to take off into the air. So it's not how hard you swing, it's how efficiently can you get your golf club onto the back of that golf ball so it could project out into the fairway or towards the green. So here's one little driver for you. Give me a shot. There's a nice little lower launching penetrating ball flight that was falling left. So here's two examples on the left screen. You can see this is a player that was swinging excessively across the golf ball and trying to add loft. So that was more of a glancing blow. You can see how high the spin rate is. We go to the player on the right. This is a player with the same swing speed, but the club delivery and impact is more neutral. It's not going excessive one way or another, and is not adding loft to the club. So with the same swing speed, you can see this player total was 90 yards farther than player B on the left. So this is just an example of how club deflection can slow the golf ball down, which is good for wedge shots. If we're looking for distance on our irons and our drivers, we want our collision to be a little bit more in line as opposed to glancing with loft or swing direction.